Howdy friends.
Ahoy shipmates.
There's been a little change of plan today, isn't there?
Yeah, the original plan was to do a bit of racing today as crew, but the helm has hurt his hand. He's going to crew and give me some pointers on how to go fast.
That's
Although
exciting.
I think we also need to know how to go slow, how to recover, and the names of sails.
What's a sail and what's a sheet?
Yeah, like we might get that mixed up every now and again.
It's always a good starter, isn't it?
Apparently I'm not allowed a pastry unless I recover properly.
Yeah, I quite agree.
Which means I'm going to be emaciated.
And actually that reminds me, if we don't reply to one of your comments, it's because the comment appears and then it suddenly disappears. So it's some sort of glitch in YouTube. It's not us ignoring you. Your comment disappears and there's literally no way to reply to it. So we see it.
Causes Ro a lot of frustration.
I don't like it. I don't like not being able to reply to the comments.
Looks like we are going to join the race.
Well done, Bob.
Ed's convinced me to do it. No, he didn't. I said, should we just do that? And he said, yeah, we'll be fine.
Here we are at Frampton. Morning, Ed.
Good morning.
Who are you and what's your name and where do you come from?
I'm Ed. I've been sailing for most of my life. Yeah, I live down in Thornbury, not too far from here, and looking forward to a day of doing a little bit of training with you guys.
What I think is good about this is we didn't put Ed on the spot. Just like you are, stand in front of the camera on your own. Introduce yourself. What's your history?
I've got two things that I wanted to go through with you. First was a list of the sailing essentials, which I'm sure you know.
Off by heart.
And the other,
right now.
The other was my own 5 tips for racing. So one's a bit more like official RYA, and the other is kind of my personal run on it. But can you remember any of them?
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've got to think. Can this boat sail better?
That was it.
Is that right? I'm not even going to look. I'm going to see if I can remember this.
Course made good. So this is sailing in the right direction. We always draw wind from the top. If you're going from point A to point B, you can go all the way over here and then all the way to there. But it might be quicker to keep as close to the wind as you can and then go up in a fewer amount of... The distance that you've travelled there is less, because what I've tried to draw here is your angle to the wind, like how close you're sailing to the wind.
Yep.
Other than watching your videos, I've not seen you sail, so I don't know if this is a common thing that people who are less experienced will do.
I've done both these things.
So the one thing that I want to focus on today when we're sailing around is at the end of the tacks, so these points, when we leave the tack, we're trying to immediately be on a close haul position, rather than tacking and then either facing across the wind because we've done too much steering, or sat head to wind for a little bit and stop, because we've not done enough turning.
Hang on. Trim.
Trim. Yeah, you got it. What is trim?
Would that be basically the shape of your sails?
No.
Would that be...
It's one of your main
rudder?
controls in a powerboat.
Tiller?
So it's how far
Boat
front
balance.
and backwards your boat is. So it's not side to side. Now that's obviously a very extreme version.
Cut there. It's this.
So if you're sat towards the back of the boat, or if you're sat towards the front of the boat will respond in different ways. So generally speaking, upwind you want to be more towards the front of the boat. Can you give me a third 5 basics?
Balance.
Yeah, balance.
Is that basically
That's
the other way?
Boat from the back.
The other axis, basically.
Yeah. Do we want it like that, or do we want it like that?
Is this the more efficient one?
Yep. Generally speaking, on dinghies, you want that position all the time. Doesn't matter the wind strength. If you can't maintain that because you've got too much power, you need to get rid of some of the power. Yeah.
Cool.
But
that makes sense.
It's very hard to do. There is a situation that if you lean your boat that way, I don't know if you know that, you'll steer the boat. If you lean the boat either way.
Yeah.
So when the wind gets really light, you can kind of do a tack with very little rudder movement.
This is going to be disappointing for Ro because Ro loves that angle.
There's two more. One of
Sails.
them's huge and one of them's really small. Yeah, the sails is the...
So that's where you're looking at the angle of the sail to the wind, shape of the sail as well?
As I understood it, your angle to the wind of the boat is your course made good.
Right.
Just how much you've pulled your sail in or out, that's your sail settings. So you've got loads of controls on your boat. The main one is that main sheet, really, really tight upwind, generally speaking.
Bit tighter with that mainsail if you can. Excellent. You feel that? Since you pulled it, the boat leaned a little bit more.
Yeah.
Before we go out, I'll have a look at your sail and we can try and make sure that it's got generally the right shape to it. Generally speaking, you don't want it to be stretched in any one orientation too much. You want to have a nice bag to it, but nothing too much. And that's something that just comes with time and experience.
Are we there or not?
You're probably, if you...
I'm going to
So sails, they stretch over time. That's why they've got this piece of rope here. If you look at some of the newer boats, they'll still have the same rope. You can see this straight line going all the way up to the top. You're probably slightly over-tensioning it. So if you just take a little bit of tension off, yeah, and do it now, like, yeah, perfect. Yeah, you're just too strong. And the final one,
Foils.
yeah, so it's supposed to be your centerboard, or dagger board. Yeah, stuff that goes down into the water.
Alright, rudder's not down. Centerboard's down.
I don't know if anyone's given you the nerdy engineering reason why we can sail upwind.
But numerous people have,
Yeah,
but I think it would be good to go over that because I always forget it.
yeah,
I tried to explain it in the video of the week very poorly. I did it
Yeah.
with my hands like this.
yeah. This might all be wrong.
Right.
But as I understand it, all you're really trying to do, I mean, naturally on a boat, if there's no friction in the water, in this position with the wind coming like here, the boat is not going upwind, the boat is going across the wind largely like that. But that's broken down into, in physics you have vectors and you've got a centerboard, and that centerboard and just generally the shape of the boat does a huge amount as well. It stops you from going sideways. So that arrow, that arrow is broken down into a sideways arrow and a forwards arrow. You do this in science a lot, break things down into the components. So you've got one sideways element and one forwards element. Well, that it doesn't eliminate the sideways element, but it largely reduces it to almost nothing. And then you've just got the forwards element. So that's how you're able to go upwind. Because if you think about it, everyone always says, oh, the shape of the sail gives you lift and then therefore it pulls you in that direction. Well, that doesn't make sense as to how you go forwards. So you're not going, the sails aren't making you go forwards, the sails are making you go largely sideways and a little bit forwards, and the centerboard is helping you go fully forwards.
Yeah. Thanks for that. That's great.
That's all right. Yeah, so foils, I will just lift the centerboard when we're going downwind.
Yeah. Is there any nuance in it when you're actually turning though? Like say you're...
Yeah, so if you're jibing, so if you're going downwind,
Yeah.
if your centerboard is fully down, you're going in one direction, then you're suddenly going in the other direction. It can actually help you to capsize.
Yeah.
So not having your centerboard down quite so much can really help in reducing that sudden shock to the boat when you jibe.
Yeah, yeah. I can chill out now.
The first thing I want to stress about racing, the most important thing is fun. You guys are really good at this. Don't...
On camera.
If sailing's not fun, you're not doing it right, because it's a really fun sport. And if you're not having fun, just go in or do something else, switch it up. You don't need to stress about racing. Racing is just, I find racing a little bit stressful, but really fun as well. It's one of those things that it's hard, therefore it is also very enjoyable. My next tip for racing is fast. If you can sail quickly, you don't need to worry about the other boats around you quite so much because they're behind you, because you're quicker. That's all racing really is. It's trying to see who's quicker than the other person. And it can be very easy to get tunnel vision of like, oh, there's a boat near me. There's a boat there, like what course am I doing? Rather than just focusing on the pure essentials of let's just go quickly. Starts.
So where is the start line?
So it's that mark with that mark on the boat.
1, 3, 4.
Do you know the principles of a start?
No.
Cool. Generally speaking, in sailing, if you've got the wind going from the top, your start line should be across the wind. This means that to get to your first mark, that will be up here somewhere, you've got to tack. Normal racing, we're going to start with a beat. This should mean that if I start here, or if I start here, generally speaking, it's fairly even. A lot of the time, people prefer to start at this side, the starboard end of the line, because it's on the right-hand side, starboard right. This is called the port end, port side. Because at some point, this boat's going to need to tack. It's going to go up here, let's hypothesize. This boat is going to need to turn, and they're going to end up in this position, while this boat is in this position. Do you know which boat's got right of way over the other?
Is it the one who's got the tack from the port side?
Yeah. So if we've got our sail on our port side, which is this boat, they're on starboard tack, because the wind is coming over the starboard side first. This boat is on port tack, because it's the reverse. This boat has right of way.
Right hand side? Yep. Keeping that on our starboard. Yep. So we're gonna have this perfect. We're gonna have a boat on our inside, so we've got to give room to this wonderful lady on our right.
I'll be ahead of you, don't worry about it.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, we can head straight for the green now. Oh, damn it!
How many laps do you know?
In the, we've done. We're on our second lap. So you've got 1 lap to catch us up.
You're going to love this one, Ray. My other one that I was going to say is communication. Crews are commonly, at the start of sailing, underrated. They are absolutely critical to a fast boat.
Not this one.
And it also helps with the fun side of things, like make sure you're talking all the time. Because
What if your crew doesn't listen and has better opinions than you?
you gotta work through those.
All right.
I can't help you with that. In a racing boat with 2 people, the helm is focusing on sailing quickly, and that is their pure focus. The crew is looking around and going, okay, so we're in this position, that boat's going to tack, and then we're going to have to give way to them. I think we need to, I don't know, tack early, let's tack now. So the crew would make that call, not necessarily the helm. Because the helm's got an awful lot to think about. Really important job steering the boat. As much as you can offload to the crew, the better. But that also comes with the caveat that you need to talk. My final one is the really boring one, which is the rules. We've covered port starboard. Let's just leave it at that. They're my personal things to think about and to focus on when you're sailing and racing.
Thank you very much. That's great.
No worries.
Feel fine? Confused? That's my normal state.
Looks like they've got a course, so I'll go write it down, and then we can. Do you want to come with me? Actually,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can see it. The red buoy, and you'll keep it on your port side. Then you go to green buoy, and you keep it on your starboard side. White buoy, starboard. So we're doing a figure of 8.
Sorry.
Well, is it a figure of 8? It's not. It's kind of a 4-way figure of 8. Yeah. And then we've got, so the wind is kind of circling round here somehow, and we can see the waves in front of us, they're going away from us, but then just 10 meters further along, they're kind of coming towards us. Like the wind with
So it's
with
not
land
obvious.
masses and things to get round, it all kind of goes round in funny shapes. It's a bit like when you see a stream and you get loads of eddy currents.
Yeah.
That's what's happening with the wind right now in this place.
It's official though, we have the slowest boat in the race. Ed was surprised it was slower than the Piquet.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Perfect first start for you as well. There's no other boats. No pressure. That's practice to do when it's 2 minutes. Thank you very much. The best place to be is if we kind of go round, jibe, and then we're heading upwind so we can just let ourselves back. Have a bit of chat. Thank you very much. The yellow on the course, is that yellow? Cool. We want to be as close to that mark when it's go, but neither of us got a watch, so we don't have a clue when it's going to be. So it's fine. So we just kind of want to go backwards and forwards on this line. A bit closer to the line if you can. The other end of the line. And let your sail out. 30 seconds. Sail out low, point up. You're going to kill those speed.
You go now?
Oh, no, just missed it. Yeah, jibe round quickly. Sorry about that. And I was 10 seconds away from being a perfect start, so it ended up being a terrible one.
I've got no idea what is going on.
I am so sorry for making that way too complicated. I was like,
So where is the start line?
so it's that mark with that mark on the boat.
1, 3, 4.
Next time we go downwind, I'll see if oh, yeah.
That's come on.
Ready?
Lee-ho. So what have you set up at the front now?
So I've tied the jib sheet, the jib halyard, to a cleat at the front, but I couldn't like ratchet on any tower at the front, so I've pulled the halyard out to one side. This is yeah, so just kind of making the rope go a longer distance. How are you feeling, Dan?
I'm feeling very good.
Partway through your first race.
Well, I think we've done all right. Are we still second?
Unfortunately, we are, but it's not second from the front.
Ah, we were second for a bit. No, it's been great fun. Really good. Although my brain is fully occupied with what I'm supposed to be doing and not presentation skills.
And all the boats going past.
Yeah. Point away.
I'm so sorry. That was the worst direction ever. Did I give you that?
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you so much. Well done, Dan.
There's a good bit of chaos out there.
Was there?
Yeah. We had it all. We had the jib sheet,
Yeah, I broke the boat. I'm really sorry.
the halyard for the jib, what's it called? The cleat broke off.
Yeah, the cleat was there.
So Ed made a makeshift sort of halyard
Well done.
cleat.
Yeah.
And that is why we came last. If we hadn't, we'd have won. It wasn't any... No, it was good. My brain is full though, there's a lot to think about.
Yeah, it's quite crazy, and the number of new experiences. Like you will have done all of that before, but never like to the same level of precision required. Like you're used to just going for a sail, and then you just tack when you want to tack. There's none of this like, oh, there's a mark there. I need to tack at this specific point. Oh, you don't need me. Such a pro at doing this. There's always a race, even at the back of the fleet.
Well,
Not everyone's racing for first place.
broken halyard cleat and one accidental 360. Two accidents,
Two.
Without that, we'd have won.
Yeah, how do you think it went?
Well, it all happened, didn't it?
Yeah,
It all
you
happened.
did it.
Yeah, it was good. We got there's just massive amounts to learn and think about when you're out there. I thought Ed was a very good crew member, except for breaking off this cleat. But then made a makeshift halyard for the jib in the middle of the race. I thought it was over and done with.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Yeah, I managed to carry on.
Yeah, the wind was doing all sorts of stuff, wasn't it, at certain points as well. There were gusts and bits and bobs happening, lots of traffic, people shouting at each other. No, it was good.
Yeah, you guys are really good at kind of bringing the fun to sailing. And I'd like to think that was a kind of a fun race. It was a little bit, racing is always a little bit more scary and a little bit more crazy. But that also comes with, it can also be really good fun.
No, it was really good fun.
And thank you for having me along for the
Thanks
first
very much
time.
for everything you've done today. It's great.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Finished my first race, came last. Still victorious in the pursuit of adventure. Plan changed a couple of times, but I'm glad I did it. I mean, it's reasonably simple what's going on in a race. There's a couple of rules that perhaps I need to brush up on, but other than that, I feel confident to go out and have another go, especially in that sort of atmosphere where everybody's fairly relaxed.
Yeah, they seem like a really nice bunch of people.
Yeah, it's good.
Thank you so much for joining Dan's first race. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe, please like, please leave a comment.
Bye-bye.